what level do you think we ought to be focused on to like kind of grow our business and our show?
Yeah, there are a couple of things. If you want to attend, that's great. One of my favorite stories is a friend of mine, Glenn Hebert, runs a website called the Horse Radio Network. He's got like 18 shows all about horses. And there was like this, like the ultimate horse like event. And he approached them and said, I'd like to be your official podcast of your event. And here's what I'm going to do. All you have to do is give me a booth in your, section, and I'm going to interview all your speakers, and we're just going to really boost the fear of missing out. Then I'm going to interview all of your vendors and say, here, you can see these at the event. We're just going to make it sound like if you're not at this horse event, you're an idiot. He goes, but all I need, I will get myself there. I will pay for my hotel. All I need is a booth in your kind of vendor area. And they're like, okay. So they gave him this little booth in the back. Now they gave him the one in the front. Because what he did was he interviewed all the speakers there. That's called growing your network and getting guests for your show that came back later to do longer interviews. And he said a good 70% of the sponsors that he still has today are from that first show, because he'd be interviewing these people about, whatever, Jim's saddle shop or whatever. And they'd get done with the interview and Jim would go, so you do a what? And Glenn would go, oh, it's a podcast. And I'm like, okay, well, can I sponsor that? And he's like, yeah, actually you can. Here's my rate card and that whole 9 yards. So it's a great way. Plus it kind of gives you prestige because, we're the official podcast of the such and such, and you're knee deep in your target audience. And what he would do, he said it was kind of funny. He has red in his logo. So he brought 2 microphones with like little red windscreens on them. And people would walk over like, oh, this guy's got microphones. Nobody else has microphones on their little tables. What's this? Oh, here's a business card, which just has their website address and explains what it is. We do like little online radio shows for horse people. And they're like, oh, well, this is really cool. So he was also right in front of his audience getting ideas of what to talk about in the future. So that's a great way when you go to an event. It really is. I've had a lot of great interviews that have come up because of people I've met at an event. And it's one of those where you hear them and they go, oh, I did this and it really worked. And you're like, great. Do you have a card? I want to interview you later, but I don't want to pull you away from the event because you're not here to get interviewed, but I definitely want to talk to you next week when we all get home.